Andy, nice to see you back on tour, back to the day job of playing and hopefully winning matches. Are you refreshed and recharged, ready to go?
Yeah, I've been training hard over in Miami for a couple of weeks before coming here, and I've always played pretty well in Canada, so looking forward to getting back on the court.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously a double defending champion, so is it about just trying to replicate everything you did those last 2 years?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've changed the way I've been training a little bit because I was coming into this stretch like not fatigued, but I was training really hard, you know, in the build up to Canada, and then by the time I got to US Open, I was slightly flat. So I want to make sure that I'm peaking for the US Open. But yeah, I've played well here in the past. I like the conditions, like the courts, and hopefully have another good run.
Is it similar for you to sort of December leading up to Australian Open this time of year, the sort of the hard training that you do, etc.?
Yeah, well, you know, there's not many times during the year where we can actually make a difference to how fit we are, how strong we are, because it's pretty much maintenance stuff we're doing throughout the whole year, because sort of week after week you're always playing tournaments, you don't have that much time. So after Wimbledon, you know, it'll be pretty much 4 or 5 weeks since I played there, you know, so get to do some good training, and obviously December as well, you got 4 or 5 weeks too, so need to manage the rest properly but also the training, so hopefully I'll be ready.
And of course you had that Davis Cup tie that's quite emotional, and I guess now means that you can definitely play London 2012 as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean the tie itself was great. It's the first tie I played in quite a while, but I really enjoyed it. You know, I've always enjoyed playing Davis Cup. It's a fun competition. You know, it does sometimes come at difficult points in the year because it's pretty much always straight after the Grand Slams. But I'm going to play the tie in September as well after the US Open, and look forward to that.
Is London 2012 something you can allow yourself to sort of think about?
Well, yeah, I've thought about it. Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of people about it, and especially for the tennis, with it being at Wimbledon as well, I think it's going to be amazing. But yeah, just to have an Olympics sort of at home is, well, hardly anyone get the chance to say that, but also, you know, to get the chance to compete in it as well. So hoping I'll be healthy.
Have you made any decisions about your coaching setup?
It's the same as it has been the whole year, and the way that it's worked well for me this year. I've had my best results in the slams this year by far, and you know, I'm just going to stick with the way it is for the time being, because I think it's going well.
I mean, how do you sort of appraise your years? Obviously, it started well. You've had a bit of a blip post Australia, but then really did well. Roland Garros on great clay court season, and now coming to hard courts, which I think is really your surface, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the slams have been very good, and yeah, I had a bad couple of months obviously after Australia, but since then I think it's been good, pretty consistent. I played well in most of the tournaments, and yeah, try and have another good run here and get myself ready for the US Open, because it's the last slam of the year and got quite a long wait before Australian Open comes around, so I want to give everything at that tournament.
Okay, just one last thing about Roger. Obviously there's a lot of talk about him turning 30 this year. Is it something that, you know, you guys in the locker room talk about and think what he's achieved, etc.?
No, I saw him the other day. I spoke to him a little bit about it, because well, yeah, quite a lot of people have been mentioning it to me, and I've been asked questions about it, but yeah, it's just a birthday. It's not, I mean, everyone's got a birthday during the year. It was not, I think it's sort of everyone's making a big deal just because he's turning 30. I don't think overnight he's going to become a worse player or a better player. But yeah, he's still going to be competing for the slams, I'm sure.
Yeah, but for sportsmen, age is, I mean, it is much more important for you guys than it is for people like me, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is, of course, but it's not like you don't sort of age kind of overnight. You know, it's quite a slow process, I think, in sport, that maybe by the time Federer gets to 33, 34, then he'll be, you know, slowing down. But right now he's still doing very well. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but it changes. Some guys can play until they're 35, 36. Some guys stop when they're 28. It just depends how your body's feeling. So I'm happy that I'm still 24 because I feel alright just now.
Yeah, you'd have to think about being 30 for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, not yet.